Committee regular meeting agenda of Thursday, November 13th, 2025. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. At 5:32 approximately. We're going to start this with Director Clark and myself while we wait for Director Gould to arrive. This is the public opportunity now. Oh, that's fine.
All right, so we have Director Sailors, Clark, and Gould now present.
Thank you. I'll wait till you sit down and then we'll call the roll.
And you can beat me.
No, we're not going to do that.
No. Sorry, the traffic.
Will you call the roll now? Thank you.
Director Sailors,
Here.
Director Clark, Director Gould, and for the record, Director Costa is absent this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we will do the public opportunity to discuss matters of public interest within the committee scope, including items on or not on the agenda. Do we have any public speakers tonight?
I have no speaker cards. Is there anyone in the room wishing to speak, or is there anyone in Zoom wishing to speak? Please use the raise your hand feature.
Zoom land?
Zoom land. No public comments. Thank you.
All right. Moving on to the consent agenda. Any
Madam, I have no questions. No, Director Gould has any
questions or
questions.
concerns, Director Gould, about the consent agenda?
No, I'll make a motion, we approve.
I second it.
Will you call the roll, please?
Yes. Director Gould.
Aye.
Director Clark.
Aye.
Director Sailors.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. The consent calendar is adopted.
Thank you. The next item is an action item. It is Board Policy 01.023.02, non-retaliation policy. Human Resources Officer Melissa Maddox. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, directors. Melissa Maddox, the Chief Human Resource Officer, Chief Fiorica. As you said, tonight we're here to look at the non-retaliation policy, policy number 01.023.02. This is a revised policy, so it's one that we had existing already that's, as you can see, been pretty extensively revised. The attached policy is the edited version of the non-retaliation policy. The district's committed to a work environment where employees can raise concerns, report misconduct, and participate in investigations without the fear of retaliation. Open communication supports effective public service, operational integrity, and community trust. Individuals who report concerns in good faith are protected under applicable federal, state, and local laws. This policy reinforces those protections, encourages early reporting, and promotes a safe, professional, and respectful environment by prohibiting retaliation in any form. This policy applies to all employees, volunteers, vendors, contractors, board of directors, regardless of work location or assignment. Having this policy in place supports compliance with federal, state, and local laws, as I said, and it strengthens a culture of trust, accountability, and ethical public service. Ultimately, it helps ensure concerns are addressed early and appropriately, protecting both the employees and the liability of the district. As I said, you could see a lot of edits through that policy, so I'll just go through each section, kind of just explaining, not detail by detail, but kind of the overall changes and the intent of the edits. So under the background, this was a section that was revised to memorialize the district's commitment to a work environment where employees can raise concerns, report misconduct, and participate in investigations without fear of retaliation. Under the purpose and the scope section, this was also revised just to clarify the language. We also added some definitions. There were no definitions in the older policy. We added definitions such as adverse employment action, confidentiality, good faith action, good faith report, protected activity, and retaliation. Under the policy section, edits were again made to just clarify the existing language. In summary, it states that the district maintains an open door policy where employees can report concerns regarding possible violations of district policy, federal, state, or local laws. that the district prohibits retaliation and that employees who engage in, direct, or condone retaliation, retribution, or harassment against an employee for good faith reporting or participation in any related process is subject to disciplinary action including termination, up to and including termination. Under the procedure section, again, edits were made just to clarify the existing language, which include the employee complaint procedures and that employees who become aware of an actual or potential wrongdoing, misconduct, or policy violations must report it, their concerns immediately, either to their supervisor through their chain of command, the chief human resource officer, and or the confidential employee complaint phone line. And they also have the option to report it to an outside agency, which is the California Civil Rights Department. And all of that contact information is included within the policy. And it's also included in the previous policy that the policy committee was able to review, which was the workplace violence policy. So this, along with this policy, along with some others that you'll see coming up, are to kind of go in line with that workplace violence policy plan. When you create such a big plan like that, it kind of leads to updating several policies that are all kind of intertwined together. So that contact information for reporting is included in all of the policies consistently. Under the reference section, we added the California Labor Code, FEHA, which is the Fair Employment and Housing Act, and district policy. In conclusion, edits again to the overall language or the overall policy are just to clarify. We're not really changing anything. It's just to clarify the language, bolster the language, and make it one of the very important policies that we have here at the district. And again, it falls in line with all the other policies that we're working on updating to go in line with the workplace violence program plan. As you can see, this one is a board policy. So in this one will have to be approved by, or not approved or voted on, but at least, presented and moved to full board
Right.
to be voted on and approved.
Right.
So I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Questions?
Director Gould.
Go for it.
Of course.
Melissa knew when I got called in as an alternate. She's like, Melissa, I just have a quick question. In my short time, be able to review this, really well written.
Yeah.
I think it really does a nice job of letting people know that we're serious about that. So I like that tone. I circled one area that I'm just not sure that we go to the right depth of letting our employees and anyone, frankly, know that we mean business and we say you can contact us confidentially. Now, I get all this state stuff, but when they call an internal complaint line, it says confidential employee complaint pipe phone line, and then it gives a number.
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's an in-house number by the zip code.
Yes, it is. That is a phone number that's monitored by HR.
Okay, so let's just say, for conversation's sake, I don't trust you. Okay?
But yeah,
So with that, I'd like to know who has access, and it says right in our policy, who are the employees in this organization that have access to that confidential phone line? Because if I leave it and I don't know who actually has the big key, I would be worried that that confidentiality might not be, but if it says right in the policy, these are the 2 or 3 individuals, I will know who's going to get my confidential complaint. And I can at least be rest assured or not that that's not the right plan. So I would never call a confidential line of any sort unless I knew who was going to be the individuals that were required by law to not only answer it, but respond to it. What are
okay,
your thoughts on that?
absolutely. We can add something to the effect of the confidential complaint line is monitored by HR. There are only a few employees in HR that actually can even access that. It's because it's a messaging system. I don't even have the access. It's our administrative specialist in HR who monitors it and checks it daily. So
I
And then
think
she'll
that's-
bring that, if there's something on there, then she brings it straight to me and then we deal with it from there.
Okay, so I just think that helps build the confidentiality and frankly, the trust of leaving a message that you don't know, where it's
Yeah.
going, who has access, so on and so forth. So if that would help our employees feel more confident that their confidential materials were going to be appropriately handled, I think we need to do a good job with that.
Absolutely.
A lot of words in here end with faith. And we need to make sure that when somebody wants to call that line, that they have faith that it's going to be managed by very, very few people.
Yes, and
That
it
makes
it
sense?
definitely is. And it's not just one of the, the options that they have. They do have
Right.
other options, but we want to make sure that they have as many alternatives as they can.
Sure.
And that at least one out of the five, hopefully one of them is one of the options that they trust.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's,
Do you have any questions?
no,
or concerns?
it's well said, Director Wu.
All right.
Good point.
I do need, since
I was just going to say.
Director Costa requested that the board policies that needs the policy committee approval to move it to the full board are now action items. So we will need a motion and a second to move this to the full board.
So
I
let's
will
get,
make that motion.
And I'll second.
let's call the roll, please.
Great. Director Gould,
Aye.
Director Clark.
Aye.
Director Sailors.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, our next,
Appreciate your work.
yes. Our next meeting for the board committee is December 11th, 2025, which will be exactly in 1 month. 1 month, not 2 weeks, but in 1 month. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all for being here.
All right.